Welcome. In this video I'm going to demonstrate the radical trees command interpreter further. Before continuing, I'd suggest downloading a hard copy of the Light Engine zone layout. This template can be downloaded from Radical Trees site and shows the layout of the Light Engine zones. If you're creating multiple step patterns with any complexity, it's helpful to create additional copies so a pattern state and color combination can be planned in sequential order. This demo will create a pattern similar to the one of the built-in pattern decades, which currently occupies patterns 141 through 150. This pattern has 9 different states and utilizes 3 colors. To keep this demonstration at a reasonable length and to avoid a lot of typing, I will be doing a lot of copying and pasting throughout this script's construction. But with the aid of the template and simplicity of the interpreter, you will easily catch on as the script proceeds. The script is also available from Radical Trees site, so feel free to download it as a ready-to-use reference for any pattern you may wish to create. You may want to change the colors, speeds, or pattern sequences altogether. The interpreter allows unlimited creativity. So watch along and feel free to open your favorite text editor, and let's get started. To begin, the script requires its begin and end markers, so I'll add them first. Next, I'd like the first sequence to begin moving a color from the lowest row of zones upward. Referring to the zone template, the lowest row consists of zones 5 and 6. With what I've just pasted, I'd like you to note the following. My first color will be blue, and I will have trajectories of 0.5 seconds. Recalling the trajectory specified is 0.05 seconds times the last argument, or 0.05 times 10 equals 0.5 seconds. Also notice the red and green colors have magnitudes of 0, with blue maximum, which will achieve a pure blue. Also notice the use of comments, which may make your script more readable and easier to follow. As long as the comments aren't one of the 5 primary interpreter commands, comment usage is allowed. So, zones 5 and 6 will start trajectories towards blue, and the last delay command will inhibit the next command from executing until this completes. The zone template shows the next row being occupied by zones 4, 7, and 11. So, the same commands will be invoked to these zones, which will start filling the next row with blue. Next, the zone template shows the next row being occupied by zones 3, 8, 9, and 10. So, the same commands to these zones will start filling the third row with blue. Again, note the zones being commanded here. The fourth row consists of zones 0, 1, and 2. So, the last state of this sequence is now complete. I will now start copying complete sequences at a time. The second sequence shows my next color of yellow to begin sequencing from the left towards the right. Once again, referring to the zone template, zones 2 and 3 are here. The next row consists of zones 1, 4, and 10. The next, 0, 5, 9, and 11, while the last row is made up of zones 6, 7, and 8. You may not have known that yellow light is made up of equal amounts of red and green, which is nothing like mixing colors of paint. My third color will consist of moving the rightmost zones towards the left, with trajectories of my third color. Here, my third color is red. This is just like the previous states, aside from the order of the zones and the color commanded. While what we have so far would work and cycle well, I'd like to add additional iterations so each color has a turn leading and fading from each direction. So, the first sequence of iteration 2 will be moving my first color of blue from left towards the right. You can see zones 2 and 3 being first, followed by 1, 4, and 10, and so on, until the last row of zones 6, 7, and 8 have been instructed. The next sequence will instruct my second color of yellow to begin moving from the right towards the left, as can be seen. The last sequence of iteration 2 will have my third color of red fading upward, as shown here. The third and final iteration will complete the cycle. My first color, blue, will now move from the right towards the left. Yellow, my second color, will now have its turn moving upward. Finally, my third color, red, will complete the sequence by fading from the left towards the right. So, that completes this example. Don't forget to save the script with a file name that doesn't exceed 8 characters and ends with a .s implying script file. I'll save this one with the name of fade.s. Place this file in the root directory of a USB jump drive. Then place it in the light engine's Type A USB connector. Let's now watch this script run. Press the remote's menu key to enter service modes and utilities and select option 2. If this is the only script present, it will be run. Otherwise, pressing the remote's skip keys will cycle between the scripts present. As can be seen, the pattern follows the script with 0.5-second trajectories between each row. Now, here's an example of the same script which has its trajectory times altered from half a second to approximately 1/3 or 0.15 seconds. Patterns such as this can really bring the tree to life and have quite mesmerizing effects. I encourage you to experiment by altering the colors or trajectory times. There are many 3-color combinations that complement together well, and patterns such as this would be stunning in 2-color blends as well. Enjoy your time creating scripts, and I leave you now with the ability to drive. Radical aspirations waives all liabilities resulting in any altered mental states that may arise.